Fortified City TV presents Health Matters. We bring you education and awareness on your health, the total person, your spiritual health, your physical health, and your financial health. Please join us, faith leaders, professionals, and community leaders, this Thursday and every Thursday at 6 p.m. CST or 11 p.m. GMT for a life-changing encounter. Your health matters.
This place right now. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Hello and welcome to another edition of Health Matters. Wherever you are, this is another interesting program that you need to share. You need to share the video so others can be blessed. Today we're going to be discussing anxiety. All you need to know. So we want to say welcome, and we are happy that you were able to join us. This is a presentation by the Fortified City Ministries here in Minnesota, USA. And we want to welcome all our viewers. If you are joining us for the first time, you are welcome. And I want to be thankful tonight again to my sister, who is always there for me. I mean, we are partners now. We are no longer, guests and hosts, but this is a tag team. And we are here again to bring you information and education as it concerns your health. Remember, you must always consult your primary care physician.
Yes.
Always. And also, I also want to continue the awareness. We are here in Minnesota, and wherever you are, the pandemic is all over. The Department of Health is ensuring, in partnership with the Center for Disease Control, CDC, wants all of us to be well. If you are able to take your vaccine, take your vaccine. If you're going out, make sure you wear your mask. Avoid crowded places if you don't have to be there. If you are traveling, make sure you are COVID-free, or if you are going to a large gathering, make sure you are COVID-free so that you won't spread the virus. Always wash your hands, take all the necessary safety precautions, and keep yourself, your family, your community, and your nation safe. You are welcome. This is Health Matters, and your health matters. Fasia, welcome.
Thank you. Always glad to be here.
Thank you. You are welcome. Today we are talking about anxiety. And so you can join the discussion. You can call us, or you can send us a text. Maybe I need to put the number on the screen, so if you want to call, you can do that. The number is 952-201-9287. You can call us on WhatsApp, or you can call us directly if you are in the US. Tonight is anxiety, all you need to know. So we'll be going right back to Fasia. She's going to be telling us what anxiety is. What is it?
All right. Anxiety, in layman's terms, is an anxious feeling that you get. A fear that you get when something is about to happen, or if a huge event is about to happen in your life. So let's just say if you are going for a job interview
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the day of the interview, you start to get nervous, and your heart starts to race. Your heart starts to beat fast. Your
Yeah.
hand starts to shake. Your brain gets muddy. That's anxiety.
Mm.
And then we have panic attack. That is when you the anxiety gets so severe that you can't even control yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The fear gets so severe that you think someone outside is going to harm you, when in reality, there's no one out there going to harm you.
So, Fasia, I want to believe there are different kinds of anxiety, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us what it is?
So we have several different types of anxiety disorders. You have generalized anxiety disorder. This is when you feel excessive, unrealistic worrying or tension with little or no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have panic disorder, where you feel a sudden, intense fear that brings on a panic attack. I mean, when I say panic attack, you freeze.
Yeah.
You freeze. You don't want to. You don't want to go outside because you think there's an alien out there. You
That's a
believe it in
terrible
your
thing.
mind. Yes, you believe it that this thing is real. Or if you are afraid of heights,
Yeah.
nobody can get you to get on an escalator, or nobody can get you to get on an elevator that goes higher. And then another type of anxiety is called social anxiety disorder, and this is called social phobia. Phobia means fear.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is when you feel an overwhelming worrying and self-consciousness about everybody or everyday situation, social situation.
Everything
So
worry you.
yes, those people don't like to be in crowds.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you go into specific types of phobias. These are intense fear. You have what we call agoraphobia. This is the fear of being in place where it seems to be where it's hard to escape. And then you have separation anxiety. That one is mostly for children. When the mom or the dad leave the child, the baby gets the fear that new babysitter.
Environment. Yeah.
Yes. So they don't want to go to this new babysitter and they start crying. That's in layman's term, that's social anxiety. And then you have, I was looking this up. It says you have selective mutism. This is the type of social anxiety in which young kids who normally talks in their family don't speak in public. So I think that would be like if you are in class and they ask, all of your friends in the
Yeah.
classroom, but then the teacher asks you to read.
Their fear. Fear
Yes, and
sets
then
in.
that fear, or even if the teacher comes in the class, I used to have that. I used to
Yeah.
have that in
And
class.
sometimes you even they ask question, you even know the answer, but you don't want
But
to
you're
talk because
afraid.
of that
Yes,
fear.
yes. The teacher will come, and when you're going to be reading out loud in class, oh my God, I will fear so much. And then I know how to read, but when it's time to read out loud in class, I will get scared, nervous, and you can hear it in the person's voice. Believe it or not, I had such a phobia of public speaking that I had to put myself out there. And I started
Yeah,
in
challenge
church.
yourself.
Yes, I started in church. In fact, it was imposed upon me when I went to this new church, and it was their first women's conference.
Mm-hmm.
Our first lady said, "Fasia, you're going to be the moderator." And
Wow.
I'm like, Oh my goodness to
She
myself.
threw you
Yes.
right under the bus.
But she didn't know. She didn't, because I'm such an outgoing person. I'm passively aggressive, meaning if I don't know you, you would think that she's quiet. Yes, I'm quiet, but once I get to know you, you get to know the fun side of me, the crazy side of me. But if I don't know you, you would think, oh, Fasia is quiet, or some people take that as, oh, Fasia is proud. No, I'm not. I just don't know you, and yes, I'm a little quiet. But when she told me that I had to moderate, to be the MC for our women's conference, annual women's conference, oh my goodness. But I said, you know what, you can do this.
Yeah.
And I did, and they all loved it. I didn't know I had this in me. I did not.
There's a sleeping giant that is always in there.
Yes, she awoke that sleeping giant. And then since then, I've always been the MC for our annual program. Even at times when I travel and I don't, and I'm not there, when I come back, they say, "Oh, Sister Fasia, we missed you because you make it so lively. You know, you don't just read out the things. I try to make it lively for everybody." But I didn't know I had that in me. Even had you told me years ago that I would be on here on Facebook, I would say, go sit down somewhere.
Only Facebook, but YouTube people will be looking.
Exactly. Go sit me. Go sit down somewhere.
I remember, the first time I started, like speaking, the public speaking, going in front of people, the crowd. It was in church, and when I stood in front of them, it was like, oh my God, and your heart will start pumping.
Yes.
Yeah, and your hands, you start sweating.
Yes,
and everything, and it was like, oh my God, and the words to come out, it was just something else.
You get muddy brain. You get muddy. I mean, your brain becomes muddy.
Blank.
Yes.
Sometimes you go blank. The things that you have rehearsed and you wanted to say, you just can't remember a word. And for me, I used to lead praise, praise and worship. So there are times that, when I come on, and it took a while before I got used to that, because there would be times that I would come on, and I forget the songs that I'm supposed to sing. I say, oh my God. And then I would be shouting, but if you see me, you would just think that, everything is normal.
It's okay, yes.
In there's a battle that is going on. And then I would start saying, oh, yeah, give the Lord the highest praise. Lift your hands and give him praise. Oh, the Lord is good. Don't mind me, all that thing behind. I'm trying to figure out, God, help me deliver.
Exactly so, yes.
Deliver me, Lord. Deliver me. Oh my God. And so we'll be talking, I'll be talking. And at the end of the day, finally, a song, my dear, I mastered that. God is good, though. Because it brought me to a place where wherever I felt like that, I said, God, no, I'm not going to be ashamed on this station. Something got to happen. These people. And then I start programming myself. When I look at the crowd, I say, Patience, just look at them like you are talking to kindergarten students.
You have to, yeah.
Look at them like that.
You have to.
Yeah. That way you feel more comfortable and you are in control. You are telling yourself, I'm in control. So I will look at them and then I say, well, this is how we are, we're going to do this. And this is what and when I raise a song, and mind you, the panic, the attack is not gone away yet. It's still there, but I'm trying to manage it. So I would tell them, let's sing this song. And then we start singing the song. We sing it for a little while, and then I can't remember the second one. I can't remember the second song. So what I do, I said, well, I give them all kinds of exercise. Put your hands together, they will clap. Jump up, we will jump. And we do all kinds of stuff. Not doing. You do. Or when I leave from order, I say, God, thank you for deliverance.
Yes.
And don't mind that all those people that do public speaking, every now and then they experience that.
Oh, yes. Yes. And anxiety can be a good thing at times because it keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
It keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you, alert and make sure that you are not arrogant,
I'm telling you.
you know. But when it becomes a problem, when it is taking over your life, when that fear takes over reality.
That's why it becomes a real disorder.
Yes.
Hmm.
So once it disrupts your normal daily living, then that's when it becomes a problem. Then that's when it's time to seek help.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you have a fear of heights,
Yeah.
as long as you don't go on how you call it thing, those a ride, or
Roller coaster.
roller coaster or anxiety, then you're fine.
Hmm.
Or if you don't go up the building and then look down, you're fine.
Hmm.
If you have a fear of space, as long as you're not in in confined area, then you are fine. It doesn't disrupt your life. But once it starts to disrupt your life, where you can't go outside, or you cannot function normally, then it's time to seek help. If you sit and there's no big event that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You sit and you just get anxious and just start breathing, having problems breathing, shortness of breath, your heart is racing for no reason, then that's it's time to seek help.
Hmm.
Yeah. And sometimes anxiety too can be because of a medical problem that you don't know. Sometimes your heart can be racing because of thyroid issue. That's why it is good, if it's something that is consistently happening,
Yeah.
you have to go see your doctor, because then we can discuss it, and then we can decipher if it is medical. We can run some labs. If everything comes okay, then we can say, okay, we need to send you to mental health. Or if you're just having a little bit of social fear when
Yeah.
you go for public speaking, I might say, okay, I'll order you some metropolol. That's a beta blocker.
Yeah.
Make sure that your blood pressure don't normally run low. And I would say, okay, if whenever you're having a big engagement, you can take half of a pill, a few minutes before you go public speaking, until you get used to being a public speaker. So there are many different things we can do. But then if it's not that easy, then I, as a primary care provider, can put you on some anti-anxiety medicines.
Yeah.
Or if I see that it is bigger than what I can treat, then I send you to mental health, because you might need counseling with that as well.
And I understand that post-traumatic stress disorder is part of, is some of the types of anxiety disorder, right?
It can cause anxiety, because if like for those that went to the Iraq war, I'm just giving that example.
Mm-hmm.
And the soldiers see hundreds of kids being killed,
Mm.
by and how to call that, IFD or whatever it's called, the little makeshift bomb that the people in that country make, and it inadvertently kills some children, or some of your comrades, your fellow soldiers.
Yeah.
That can bring that's something disturbing for you to
It is.
witness. Or even the war.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Zogo stuff that we're talking about.
Exactly.
These people have experienced trauma.
That was that was exactly what I was about to ask.
Yes, they have
because
experienced
they
trauma.
went through a lot during
Yes.
the Civil War,
Yes.
and they still there's a lot that needs to be done if they have this kind of problem, because they're not getting help.
No.
So we still need, Liberia still need to take care of these people. They are really sick.
Very, yes. It's a big issue. It's a big issue. And it's not a quick fix.
It's not.
It is not a quick fix. They need counseling, they need medication. They can get the help, but it has to be something consistent that they get the therapy and the treatment for, sometimes it might be 6 months, sometimes a year, and then they might need to have continuous treatment, be on medication.
Yeah. And anything can kind of trigger it. So
Yeah.
how can they control this? How can they manage it? Because they have to
Well,
have to interact
sometimes
with other people.
they know the trigger, they know what triggers it, so try to avoid that trigger. And if I mean, there might be times where you cannot avoid it. If you do get into those things that triggers it, then there are crisis line that you can call, or have someone you can talk to until you can see your medical provider. Don't keep it in. You have to talk about it, because this can lead to suicide. Because
And
it's
some
like
people find
you're fighting within yourself.
yeah. Yeah. And sometimes they refer to something else to find solution, like drugs.
Oh yes.
And they get
Yes.
addicted in the process.
Yes, because they want to forget about that trauma.
Mm.
So they might get into pain medication, or might get into cocaine or heroin just to forget about it, and then that takes control. That's another issue.
Yeah. Mm. Well, hopefully, people that are going through this kind of situation, they can find help. They can
Yes.
seek help. Not only find, but seek. Because
Seek help.
the,
Yes.
the, the thing is, you have to realize that you are sick. You
Yes.
have to know that you need help for someone else to help you. And most of the time, we don't we don't we don't believe that, especially Africa, we don't believe that we need help or we are sick.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
the
That's
mental
and
illness is a serious
it's
thing.
a serious problem, and that's the
Yeah.
thing with, especially we Africans.
Hmm.
It is like a taboo that we are not supposed to be depressed, or we are not supposed to have mental issues, and we sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
This is not something that you can sweep under the rug. It has to be talked about, and bringing the awareness. Somebody could be sitting in church or on this line watching and say, oh, you know what, I thought it was something wrong with me, but there's actually a need for this, and I can get help.
That's right. That's right. And there are places, when it comes to mental health, there are different organizations. Health is available.
Yes,
So
help. Yes.
wherever you are, I believe, Liberia also, they have places they can help, but maybe people not even, they don't even know, and they're not even going. As for here in the States, there are a lot of hotline that you can call
You can
when
call. Yes.
when you have these kind of issues. So um, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't be reluctant when it comes to finding solution for your health.
Right.
Help is available when you need it. So
Yes.
it
And
is.
just talking about it.
Yeah.
Having some a confidant that you can talk to. That one thing that, oh, she's crazy.
Hmm.
Someone, sometimes you just need a listening ear.
That's right.
Because when in class, when I was going through that, I'm telling you, when the teacher come in to say, oh, this person read, I'm thinking to myself, oh Lord, please don't let him call me. Please don't let her call me.
I
Please
know.
don't. I'm saying to myself. And then when they say Fasia, read, I'm like, oh God. Then I'm reading like a 2-year-old because I'm so nervous.
I think something else, gave rise to that kind of behavior also in our schools in Africa, because the
Because they
teachers
shame
made
you.
themselves.
They would shame you.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, the teachers, they made themselves such a way that they wanted for the students to be afraid of them. That's
Yes.
one of the
Mhm.
and they were quick to shut you off. They
Right.
didn't encourage people to express themselves. So
Yes.
that's what that was another issue. So
Yes.
those were some of those things that contributed to those kind of anxiety.
Yeah.
So hopefully, as we are in a different century, the teaching in Africa will be transformed, especially
Exactly.
when
Because
when it comes to
here,
our
if a child is nervous and she's reading, just like you said, the teacher will say, okay, these are your fellow peers. They're not going to hurt you. Think about, maybe have a visual in mind. Think about you being on an island and it's just you there. Forget about the crowd. But
That's
not
right.
back home. They won't tell you that. They will say, look at you.
Yeah,
You eat F ninth grade and you can't read. You're reading like a 2 years. But I know I'm a fast reader. I can
yes,
sit and read a book in 2 hours. But when it comes to just read out loud, I'm stumbling. It's
hmm,
not that I have dyslexia, no, but it's because I'm so nervous
yeah,
that I shut down.
that's right. So anxiety disorder is a serious thing. It's in our
Yeah,
community, and sometimes you see people um they behave out of the ordinary, and we tend to balm off them. We don't even know that they are sick. And sometimes you see people behaving the way they ought not to behave. Sometimes you need to ask them. Sometimes you need to make some recommendations. Like, oh,
exactly. Yes,
yeah, have you talked to your doctor about this? You think this behavior is normal? There are things when you're close to someone, there are things that you will see them do and you will know it's abnormal. So we
exactly.
need to be concerned. We need to be concerned. We need to be our brother's keeper. That's why the good book says, the
Yes,
Bible, be your brother's keeper. How
that's
can you
it.
say you love God and you don't love your fellow man that you see? And you say you love God whom you have not seen. That's not love. So let's learn to help each other out. It,
Yes,
it, it goes a long, long way.
it really does.
Person you
Yes,
are helping today will be of help to you tomorrow, or they may be of help to somebody that you know. So
yes.
it is my prayer that we will do what the Lord wants us to do in the name of Jesus. Fasia, you
Amen.
want to say, give a last, your closing statement before we close? Today we're talking about anxiety. This was just an introduction, and we will be back talking about this topic. Fasia?
Yes, mental health is a serious problem. It's a serious issue. Need to be in the U.S. or in Liberia. Let us not stigmatize these people.
That's right.
They need help, and here in the states, there's help available. There's a little bit of help that is available in Liberia, but let us not be the first to stigmatize them. If you see someone that that came from a home and they were okay, and then you all of a sudden you see them on the street and they're talking to themselves, hallucinating. There's a trigger. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
Let's be our brother's keeper.
Amen.
Not everything is witch or witchcraft or uh, don't be so quick to label them as, oh, they're crazy. No, it can be a quick fix. Sometimes just counseling.
That's right.
Just counseling. Because even I don't know why this thought came to mind, but a woman that is abused in the home,
Hmm.
you
That's
know,
right.
when her husband is coming home or her significant
Yeah.
other is coming home, that anxiety, that fear will kick in. That
Yeah.
panic attack will kick in. And if it's something that happens all the time, then it kind of trigger her and it snowballs.
That's right. So that is what it is. Anxiety. We talk about anxiety today, and the next time we will be here with another interesting topic um, on this platform. This is Health Matters, and indeed, your health matters. Whatever it is that you are going through, don't forget your doctor is always available to help. You have your family, talk it over with them. And even there are some people that are very close to you that might be able to help. And there are helpline available. If you are here in the States, there are helpline available. Anxiety, there's all kinds of things that happen in the process. Don't let the situation get worse. And at the end of the day, you can have a control over that. If you know someone is sick, help them. Make some recommendations. Those that are in Liberia, hopefully the government can take you know mental health issue very serious, so that help can come to those that need it and those that need it the most. So we want to say thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you again to Facia for providing, always there to provide a professional knowledge and bring us awareness and education on different health issues. Until we meet again next week, this is your humble servant, Pastor Patience, and you have been watching Health Matters. Know that as many that are sick, the Lord is your healer. The Lord is your healer. The doctor is going to treat you. The Lord is going to heal you.
Yes.
Whatever the sickness, whatever the disease, by his stripes I declare you are healed. When you need help, of course, seek for help.
Yes.
Prayers and help, they all go together.
Yes.
If you need to take your medication, take your medication. By you taking your medication does not mean you are committing a sin or you committing a crime. No. Jesus said it is a sick that needs the physician. He
Yes.
recognized that there are physicians in our midst. When we come to the place where we are unable to do, and to find solution, he intervenes. Miracles happen, and they do. They still happen. So, by his stripes, you are healed. Your family is healed. Your children healed. Your marriage healed. Your community is healed. And we speak healing to the nation wherever you are. By his stripes, you are healed. God bless you tonight, and we will meet again next week. This is Health Matters, because your health matters.
Amen. Yes.